um, and she says, I want to go in there. And we were at the Pauley Jail in Union Springs, Alabama. And I said, sure. So I grabbed up an EVP recorder, and I think I got the mail or something, and a handheld camera, and we went in, and we were on the lower floor down, and I said, okay, well, now, do you want me to show you how to do this? And she said, yeah, you do it, and I'll do it after you. And I was like, okay. So, I said, okay, we're going to start an EVP session, and I spoke one word whenever I started speaking to the spirit, and she thought she seen something move in the bottom cell area where the females were in the jail. And she grabbed my arm and just yanked me to her. Said, oh my God, did I see it? Oh my God. And I'm looking with everything that I can. What do you see? And she literally is pushing me into the opening there, going into the cell area. And she said, see it right there, see it right there. And it was a shadow. It sure was a shadow. She said, see that shadow? And I said, yes, dear. That's a shadow of the curtain. There was an outside light. And she said, that looked like something. And I said, okay. I said, and she's terrified. I mean, my arm has no more circulation, and she's as tall as I am, just about. And she's really free spirited, but bless her heart, she's quite not ready for investigations yet. So I thought about that when you were telling me about your signs, and I'm like, yeah, I've got now Nicole. She's a spitfire. She's an awesome young lady, and she's very smart and convincing. So one day, it might be a good field for her to be in, but right now, I don't think so. So
that's where we are with our 17-year-old. I mean, I'm not pushing. We don't push him. I tell him to take. It's going to be a slow thing. I mean, yes, he lives in a haunted. We're haunted everywhere, and we always say it's not a house we live in; it's us. Plus, my husband Jay loves to collect haunted items. That would not be my thing, to be honest. I remember for many years it would not be allowed in my house. Now he finally talked to me. He has a whole room, room now of his haunted items. So, but I mean, it takes a lot to, I think, with being in the paranormal. There's a lot of lessons, a lot of things you got to learn about, because there can be a lot of dangerous things that people need to know that can happen with the paranormal. So, and that's my biggest awareness with my son. I don't want him just to think, oh, it's fame and fortune because of TV. And that's what we're trying to get him, because he's 17 right now and just like, oh, my mom and dad are famous on TV. So right now it's big and exciting. So I'm trying to get him focused more on, he graduates next year. He'll be a senior next year. Wants to go off to military. I'm like, you do your thing first. And if this is still something you want, then you can come back at it.
Absolutely. And if he wants to go into the military and make this world a better place, my hat's off to him. And, that we need more of that for sure.
And we do. I'm an Air Force brat. My daddy was Air Force. So my son wants to do Air Force due to his grandpa. So totally on for it. We need more of that. So, and I told him, I'm like, you coming back onto I always say military people usually are, I always say the biggest thing in the paranormal field that most things I think is your number one quality that you should have is your honesty.
That's right.
And that's one thing you learn a lot from the military. So,
and initially when Crossing Over Paranormal Society was founded by us, that's all we had was it was all first responders, law enforcement, military, whether retired or ex. And we really wanted to focus on that legitimacy and that that it was an important quality. And with that, it helped us in strides in the beginning. Landing amazing locations because there was a trust level from the public that otherwise you wouldn't have. So that's been a huge blessing for us. It still is today with me being ex-law enforcement, retiring early.
Yeah, that integrity is the number one thing in the paranormal field. Actually, in anything that you do. So
true.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I agree, 100%. Well, it sounds like you
Too bad
guys
that
have.
integrity word didn't come up more on Facebook.
I know that's right. They misspell that daily on Facebook.
True.
There's a lot of things that goes on Facebook that I see and I go right on by them, and I maybe spend 15, 20 minutes on Facebook. And most of the time when I'm on Facebook, it has to do with the show or something to do with our team or something. If we got an event coming up or something like that. But other than that,
Right.
I couldn't really tell you, much about it. Recently we had a little bit of a thing, and I'm not trying to talk about people, but there was a team that was charging people to remove spirits, and which of course I don't call it. Yeah, $10,000 for a negative spirit or something, and 5,000 for a not negative spirit.
We have one of those out here. Yeah.
I think it was the same one, Jay. Yeah, but we were. I tried to get the guy on the show because I just wanted to talk with him and see, where he thought that charging people was a good idea and stuff like that. But, and thank goodness that, nobody paid that type of money to do anything like that. I think everything in the paranormal should be no charge, free.
Right.
And
Right.
because, people, and we have that all the time. People call us, and the second, third question, how much do y'all charge? We don't charge anything, nothing at all. No gas, lodging, no nothing. And,
Right.
but we're not we will do a fundraiser every so often, sell some hot dogs at a town carnival or something like that. But,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, so, and we've done that several times, and I'll be quite honest with you, I'm not made of money. Don't claim to be.
Right.
We've purchased some of our equipment through doing things like that, and in fact, we got
But
some more.
that's how we've done it with hosting our events in Arizona. Is that money, the majority of that money's gone back to either websites and all the different things we're running there on top of the equipment, the battery cost. I mean, that.
Yes.
Running
Exactly.
a team, the battery alone. I mean, that can cost you a ton of money. But I mean, we definitely do that to kind of compensate for the losses of going out there. But no, even people ask us that too with us doing the TV thing and the event thing. They're like, "Oh, well, how much you?" Like, no, we don't charge. I mean, but we may not take your case specifically either. I mean, we may not be a good fit. We might outsource you to another team locally out here that might be a better fit, or that might have availability that we don't have. You know what I mean? So it's not like we're trying to hoard all the cases either. So I mean, we definitely spread the love. I mean, and don't have a problem passing off a case to somebody else because we can't take them all.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, there's a team then, and they are in Tucson, and it is Tucson Ghost Society. It's Becky and Will Goddison is the owners of it, and they also have a Tucson Ghost Company. I think they do some sort of events and that type of thing too as well. They also have a show on their own networks called Mysteries Explained, and they are super, super people. In fact, I think they have investigated Slaughterhouse several times and
cool.
several places out there. So if y'all out that way or whatever, you get a chance, look them up. Becky and Will, they are super, super people. They're really good.
I've never heard of them. I'll have to check them. I'll have to check them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
in fact,
we're in the Phoenix area, so we're separated by many, many miles. So yeah, look into that.
Yeah, they're just super people, and I help them with their radio. I used to produce their radio show, and I just got to know them, and they're just people that need, like you guys, need to be in the paranormal. We need people like them and you guys. It's just amazing how in the wrong direction, I'll say it that way, that the paranormal field is trying to go. And that was one of the things that we were trying to introduce whenever we were talking about that team charging, and that type of thing, because I don't think that's correct. The right thing to do. But um, when you have good teams and you have people willing to go the extra mile and help people, help the field by doing the events and stuff like you guys do, and getting the correct information on TV, on these TV shows and stuff, and getting it out there to where these people are not viewing these TV shows in a negative way. And I'll be straight up with you. I wasn't a fan of Zach's. Um,
Right.
you know, Zach's probably a great person, and I just think that he was kind of like some of the others, got caught up in the rhetoric of the TV, and
Right.
that happens. And I've never met Zach, and I would like to meet Zach. Um, and I would probably think totally different about him when I met him. But
Yeah,
and I try not.
most people, yeah. I think it's that whole TV
Well,
personality side.
it's always people that have, it's the two different kinds of paranormal people think. It's ghost hunters or ghost adventurers.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's how it's sort of everybody views a lot of people. Some people really are into like the ghost hunters, like, you're going in there, you're more calmly, you're trying to scientifically go in there. Ghost adventures, very outgoing, outburst, exciting, make it entertainment, everything.
Right.
Very, he really is one that, yeah, he knows he is. I mean, he'll say it straight out. I mean, Jay's sort of like that. So, I mean, I think that's how they sort of work. I think Zach's a little bit more aggressive on certain things sometimes, but a lot of times when you're seeing that aggressive with Zach, it's already when something's already hit him already. That's why he sort of gets back aggressive. But I think a lot of people, it's just that entertainment thing.
Sure.
Zach is very business. He's a businessman, 100%.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being a businessman by any means. You take care of business. I wish Zach done radio shows, because I would certainly love to have him on my podcast. But that's.
I don't think he really does too many.
I don't think he does really radio, nor he doesn't even do conference. Yeah, he really don't do it. He
high caliber.
Yeah, he knows who he is. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
Zach knows he's is arrogant, but I mean, to be honest with you, he deserves it in a way. I mean, he's busted his butt. So, and I will honestly say he has. I mean, he does a lot of stuff.
I'll tell you what, his popularity is growing over here. When we just went out to Yuma to film, Marie and I were turning downtown Yuma, and Yuma's a very small city. It's grown quite a bit over the years. But we investigated a hotel up there where Marie got violently, and I will say attacked, because it was an attack in this hotel. And we were appearing on the show and showcasing our evidence and recounting our steps of what everything took place. And Marie looks at me and says, "You think there'd be anybody out here like waiting for Zach or whatever?" Like, and we've never had that ever. We've filmed with them multiple times before, never had that. And as soon as we turned downtown, I swear to you, there must have been everyone from Yuma.
Oh my God!
In the middle of the street. But he made a point though. He came out and he said, hello to everybody, and he says, "Can you guys please tone it down? We're doing an investigation inside." And everyone really really listened to him. But it was actually kind of funny. It was like this rock star personality that I never really got a chance to see. But I mean, he's going on a 17th season. They've had higher ratings this last season than they've had over the course of the past several years. So instead of them decreasing in notoriety and popularity, it's actually grown. But it was the first time I got to see him in that element where he was like this rock star status investigator. I'm like, what the hell?
Usually we just get to be like more and less. We're not like
we are private.
Private conversations with them we have normally, but it ain't like we're best friends with Zach and them. No, we know each other. I mean, we're very acquainted with each other. We know each other's stuff and all that. But and I would be the one that would actually. I mean, but if you don't like his method of investigation, then I say don't watch his show. I mean, he respects it as well, and that's what I tell people. I mean.
Well, just like people don't like Haunted Case Files show that we're part of. If you don't like the show, don't watch the show.
That's what I say.
I hope you watch the show because we enjoyed making the show and we hope that people enjoy it. But if you don't like it, I mean,
I always tell people, they say, "Oh, I watched this and I didn't like it," and I hear them watching it again just to complain about it. And I'm like, "Why are you watching it again if you don't like it just to complain about it?" I'm like, "Why? I mean, why would you torture yourself? I mean, if I don't like something, I ain't watching."